Hello and welcome back to the Farming Simulator video. So, we're on Fields of Tyrone. Right now we are preparing all of the grass fields for planting. We are only keeping one field grass, which is 134. That's the field we'll be using. We're using all the others, so we're using 133, 128, 137, 135 and 136. Oh, and 145. Forgot about that one. So I'm just cultivating them now because I do have a planter what doesn't require cultivating, but because we're on hard difficulty, I'm doing this as realistic as possible. So I want to actually use slurry to put on the fields, so then it keeps the fertilizer cost down, because when you start this map you get given 2 million litres of slurry, so I thought why not. I'll come back for that little bit there. And it just makes sense to get it used, brings the prices down, we're not using as much, so it makes sense. But yeah, I usually stream this, but the weather is very bad, so it's causing the stream to just lag and everything, so I thought instead of dealing with that I'll just record it and upload it. But yeah, last stream we actually harvested that barley field right there. And we got 29,000 litres and 12 bales of round straw. I can't remember the sizes of them. So we got a decent amount. I'll come back for it when I'm going up and down. So yeah, that's the reason I'm using this cultivator. And the reason I'm doing 2 laps is because it gives me a better turning circle at the end. So yeah, we've got all these fields to prepare, apart from 134. But yeah, the streams will be back once the weather gets a lot better. Like, we've had bad weather for like a week now. Like, my garden's all been flooded, everything's just been flooded. So I've not been able to exactly do much, but it's not going to stop me from doing this. I don't know exactly what I am planting, but I will figure it out. But yeah, I do have a few plans I want to do around the farm, because I'm going to be building it my way to make it my own. Because I did that exact same thing on Saxlingham before it ended up pretty much breaking, which I'm still trying to fix. I'm not giving up on that map. But yeah, we don't exactly have much. This is our only tractor. We did buy this tractor, we sold all the other tractors, and bought this cultivator, we bought a planter. What else did we buy? That's it. We bought a few bags of seeds and fertilizer. But yeah, this is my favourite tractor to actually use. But this is the only thing I actually give myself. Well, I did buy it with the money I got from selling all the other tractors, because I think if I remember correctly, you started off with a case tractor and with 2 cases and a John Deere, but I sold them all and bought the Massey 8S. But yeah, I do enjoy this map, I like it. I'm still getting used to like using smaller equipment, because on my other map I was using all the biggest stuff and everything, because we worked for it. We had nearly 500 hours on that map. And I'm hoping to get about that on this map. Why is it? Oh, that's why. That's why it wasn't lifting up. Do you know when you, how do you explain it? Do you know how you can choose between what you've got attached? Like on PC you press G, and it switches from like the front loader to the tractor to the cultivator. It was touching the tractor, so I was trying to lift, so it wasn't lifting because it was connected to the tractor. But yeah, the plans around the farm, I want to just pretty much build it, change a lot of the things, make it my own, and just make it feel nicer. Like, I'm not saying it feels bad, I just want to make it feel my own. Because if you did watch my Saxlingam streams, you will know what I mean. I will link the playlist in the description if you want to check that out. I actually had a lot of fun doing that map. It's one of my favourite maps. That's why we have nearly 500 hours on it. But yeah, we're doing this as realistic as possible. We have the moisture mod activated. So we have to deal with moisture levels when we're harvesting and all of that. So each year we could get like a different result. Like one year it could be raining a lot and we have to pretty much just harvest it. So we could have very bad results, or one year we could get perfect results. Because it's not like we're going to get perfect results every single time. So yeah, I will set this up as a time lapse, and I'll time lapse all the cultivated fields. Well, I'll time lapse all cultivating, and we'll get back to I'll get back to you when I get to the slurry spreading. I hope you enjoy. If you do, please hit that like button and please subscribe. Finished cultivating. Now we need to do one thing before we do plant. Actually, we need to put slurry on the fields before we plant. But anyway, what we need to do. I didn't do 145. I decided I'm just going to keep that a grass field. It's only 2.49 acres. So that means we've got 2 grass fields here. And we also have this little patch of grass here. So yeah. But one thing I want to do is, if we go here, purchase soil information. How much is this going to be? 1050. We've already got that one there. How much is this one going to be? 2362. Oh, that's grass. It doesn't really matter that one too much. This one's 1575. 1837. And this one is 1837 again. So we got them. And the reason being is now, if we head over to, let's say, this field, we can find out what the pH and everything is. So like this one's bad. So we're going to have to buy a lime sprayer. Let's go to this one. Same with this. So we'll buy a lime sprayer. Let's just check all these. Yeah, I'm just running through them fast. Yeah, definitely invest in one. This one's not as bad. This one's decent. So yeah, we'll definitely buy one. So we've got 95 grand. We have to be careful. So we'll head to the shop and I'll buy a lime sprayer. I don't know how much lime we are going to need, but luckily it's only 450 quid a bag for 1,000 litres. Or is it 2,000? I can't remember, to be honest. But it's not too expensive at least. And then once we get back, we'll lime all the fields, and then we'll plant everything. Okay, I'm back. So, I bought this sprayer. It was 20,000. Filled it up with 32,000 litres of lime. So what I'm actually going to do is lime every single field. I did buy 32,000 because I'm not sure how much we will use, but it doesn't matter too much right now because I can store all this and use it for next time. And this is spreading at 50 meters, and the reason I did this one is just so it's nice and quick, so I'm not spending time doing this, because I need to get this done as quick as possible. So we'll lime all these, and at the end when we've planted every single field, I will put on screen a spreadsheet of how much this has cost us all, well, cost me to actually do all of this. Because I'm very curious to how much it has cost everything, because we haven't used a worker. I'm doing all this myself. I don't really need to use a worker at all because the small fields, yeah, there's quite a few of them. I think we planted 6, so there's really no point in hiring workers when the small fields. Maybe in the future when we get bigger fields and more. But right now we don't need to do it, and it'll save money. But also when I have the spreadsheet with all the prices on, I will be trying to beat that price each year, which could work, it might be more, it might be less. It will most likely be more, because we'll be buying more fields and everything in the future. But it could cost less on the original fields we have. So this field's done. So yeah, this is only liming, so you've all seen this before. I'll be back once this is all finished, and we'll get the slurry sprayer. Lucky that's not going to cost us anything. So yeah, if you are enjoying, please hit that like button and please subscribe. I hope you're all having a good day. Okay, I am back. We have 1,000 litres left. So I think I've actually done that at a pretty good guess amount. There we go. 466 litres left over for the last field. It's definitely the last one, isn't it? Yes, because we're not doing 145 or 134. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, now let's fill up the slurry tanker. We're going to do that now. So we'll get to the farm. I do like this farm actually. This is one of my favourite farms. I like how close everything is and how tight everything is. Keep that gate open. I need to remember where all the gates are. There's one here. So we'll go here and then we'll go straight. I'm actually surprised I guessed that number pretty much right. I'm happy with that. I'm getting good at the guessing. So we'll put this in a shed. Which one shall I put it in? I'll put it in where the planter and the cultivator is. That's the slurry spreader. That might take a while, but because we'll probably have to be constantly filling up. Unless, actually no, this doesn't take it. So yeah, we'll drop this off. Reversing. I'm going to put it in this corner because I'm not going to be using this as frequent as the cultivators and the planters, because you don't always have to put lime on. You can get a few harvests out of it. Right there, perfect. I didn't crash. I might have done. Let's turn them beacons off. So let's see how much this is going to... I don't actually know how much you get out of this. But luckily all the fields are right next to it. So that's always a bonus. And I'm guessing... yeah, 2 million. 10k? No, 8,200. We'll do this field here. To the left. But yeah, this will keep the fertilizer prices down. Which is always a bonus. And I think you can do it over a limed field. I don't think it matters. Right, yeah, this is the slurry spray. We should be able to do this quite quickly. It shouldn't be too bad. And we're in August, so we'll see what we can actually plant this month. But we'll have a good harvest this year. Hopefully all this work we're doing is going to actually be worth it. One thing I don't have is a roller. And I don't want to spend too much money, because I want to do other things, because I want to get cows as soon as possible, because the cow barn's already got food in it. It's already got straw laid out for them, so we can start making manure. So do I forget about the roller and just leave it, or get one? We're out of slurry, so it's going to take a while. So yeah, I will be back once I have put slurry on all of these fields. Okay, so I've done spreading the manure, not the manure, the slurry. So let's just save the game. And I was looking at the calendar. We could do canola right now. There's nothing really what I want. I'm looking for canola, barley, maybe oats. Where are oats? Oats. So I could actually skip it to September. And then we can plant everything in the same day and in the daytime, so I think that's probably the plan. So yeah, we'll do that. Keep that here. Oh, I'm flying. I just need to find where we actually go to skip the time. I think it must be here. I don't know, I've never skipped the time on here. No idea, where do you actually skip the time? Let's have a quick see. What's that? That's a baler. What's that? I already looked at. Oh, wow. Well, I have an easy way of doing this. I'll be back once I've skipped the time. I'll just fast forward. Okay, so I fast forwarded the time. We're going to do this field, canola. And the other fields are going to be barley and oats. And because we put slurry on this, we're going to use a bit less fertilizer. So that's always good. So it's going to bring the price down. And so far we haven't used any workers or anyone to help us. We've been doing this ourselves. Because I want to try and not use workers. because their money, like what you pay them, adds up very quick, and pretty much they're useless. When I was testing this map, when I was checking if I like it, I did use workers to see what they would be like, and honestly, they're the worst things on this map, to be honest. They crash into everything. One of them was doing a straight line down this field, he got crashed into that fence and drove over the fence and got stuck in the house. Weird. But yeah. But there's one thing I was thinking. Oh yeah, when I was fast forwarding time, it was raining. So I fast forwarded it a bit longer, so we're at 3 PM now. And the ground is a little bit wet, as you can see. So it should be fine. But yes, what I was thinking, we need to roll these fields, but one problem is, we need a sprayer too. And with that sprayer, we need to do it so we can actually spray the weeds, because there's weeds on these fields now. Well, there will be. So it's like, I could lease it, like a roller, but it means I'd have to still get a sprayer, and I'll still have to pay for the herbicide. So I think I'm going to sacrifice the roller and not bother doing it, and buy a sprayer and then the herbicide, because that will add up quite quickly, to be honest. But obviously when we do get money from the harvest, it makes sense, we can just buy it. And I was looking at the price of everything, what we've already spent on the fields. They're all averaging about 2,000 to 3,000. So yeah, pretty good. I get they're only small fields, but it does add up. And we're on hard mode, so we've got to be a little bit more careful, because we're not going to make as much as we would normally. And also the moisture mod's activated. I probably already said this, I can't remember. So we could get a bad harvest. We might have to harvest it when it's too wet. So for example, I can't remember, I opened a menu. I'll find the menu later. But for example, if it's too wet, it can be a bad yield, could be a bad crop, so like bad grades. So grade A is obviously the best. So we want to keep it grade A as much as possible. I think it goes to grade D, meaning the worst. But yeah, we're using far less fertilizer, and canola doesn't use that many seeds, to be honest. So yeah, we're fine for that. So yeah, I'm having fun doing this one. This is one of them maps what I actually like. The more I'm playing it, the more I like it. So yeah, I'll set a time lapse up now. So if you do enjoy, please hit that like button and please subscribe. Okay, so I've finished planting the canola. I am now in field 133, and I didn't lower it. There we go, 133. We're going to do barley in this one. So I think barley in this one, and I think another in field 137 I'm going to do barley. And then 135 is going to be oats, and then 136 is going to be oats too. But yeah. And back to what I was saying about sacrificing the rolling to buy a sprayer for the herbicide. I think actually probably the better idea, because I will have to buy fertilizer for this too, for the planter, and I'll probably have to buy some seed maybe, but we'll see. I think I'd rather sacrifice the roller. Yeah, I think we will. But yeah, we'll do barley in this field and see what it's like. Like, these fields are actually pretty decent expected yield ranges. Like, for example, it's going to save right now. For example, the one we've just done is 96%, so forget about that. 118% expected yield potential, 104%, 107%, and 112%. This one is 96, but this one's staying grass. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video. So yeah, I'll set this up as another time lapse. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, so this field, I'm going to do this one oats, and then that field in front over there, I'm going to do that one in barley, and then that's all the fields done. But we do have to be careful. We've only got 306 litres of fertiliser, so I'm going to have to buy another one anyway. I knew I was going to. So we'll see if we can get this field done, but luckily we did spread the manure, so we are actually using less fertiliser than we normally would. So let's see how long we get through to this field. I will probably just fill up the fertiliser fully, but I'll see. I have 67,000, so yeah, we'll probably just fill it up. We've barely used any seeds, we've still got quite a lot. So yeah, I'll set a time lapse up of this oat field. Okay, so we've planted everything now, planted all the fields. We've done this one here, barley. This one here, barley. This one, oats. This one, barley. And this one, canola. So we've got canola, barley, oats, barley, barley. So that seems like a good enough amount for now. We kept this one grass so we can make hay, silage, whatever basically. So yeah, we finished planting. We're not going to be rolling it because I need to buy a sprayer. And if I buy a sprayer, I won't have enough for a roller, but if I buy a roller, I won't have enough for a sprayer. I mean, I still have to buy herbicide. And it's not cheap. So we're sacrificing the roller. We're going to do the weeds. So we're going to be spraying everything. And I will tell you how much everything has cost. I will put a spreadsheet on this page right now. Okay, so the total price of everything. This is the field number. And this is the size in acres. So soil samples. This is for every single field. So that cost us £11,033 lime, £7,263 fertiliser, £3,536 seed, £1,052 herbicide 0 because we haven't done that. We're going to be doing that next episode. Fuel £1,054. Vehicle maintenance, £399. AI helper, 0. Alright, this is a bit different. So, slurry manure, this is only in litres, so it took us 189,128 litres to do all the fields. And we got that for free, so I didn't add it into this price. So total cost us £52,552. It would have been more if we didn't spray the slurry, because we would have had to use way more fertilizer. So yeah, that's that. Okay, and now the overall farm cost. So this is the starting since we started the map. Opening balance, starting funds, so we started with £250, money out 0. Balance 250 grand. Okay, so in August this is the month, obviously. Vehicles sold the original vehicles, so that made us £302,000, which made in total £552,594. Okay, so new vehicles purchasing, money out was £459,640, which left us with £92,954. Seed cost, we did this in all bulk, so that cost us £3,708, which left us with £89,246. Same with fertiliser, so £3,844, which left us £85,402. Miscellaneous, £18,225, which left us with a total of £67,177. It is a slight bit less now because I haven't done the next month spreadsheet, because we've only just started that month. I only skipped it to actually be able to plant everything. So it's a slight bit lower. I think it's like 65,000 because we bought one bag of fertilizer for 1,920, and obviously we had to pay for the farm maintenance, so it might be a bit less. But yeah, that's how much it cost us. Okay, so all them prices will make sense the next time we plant all the fields, because I want to keep it very low. I want to try and keep the pricing around the same or less, of course. I don't want it to go too high. So we've got to pretty much keep it at a good price. But yeah, there will be another spreadsheet for when we do the yield tracker to find out how much we get from each field, and once I've done that, we're going to work out if we make a profit or we just not making a difference or whatever, basically. But yeah, next episode we'll be buying a sprayer to spray the herbicide on the fields, and then we'll see what we can do, because we've only got £65,088. So yeah, if you did like this, please hit that like button and please subscribe. Thank you all for watching.